Hi everyone, it's Hannah from Anime America, and today Netflix premiered the trailer for the new Death Note series or movie that's going to be coming out. They have given us a release date, they have given us a trailer, and oh boy, I feel conflicted about everything. So based on the information that I've gathered and based on what I've looked at, it looks like this is a story that's going to take place in America. So the story is a kid finds a Death Note here in Seattle, and from there Ryuk shows up, and it's the same song and dance from there. So what's going to happen now? What do we do with this Death Note? And I have no idea of anything past that. I don't know if this is supposed to be like the original story and we're just kind of playing around with the same thing. I have no idea if it's supposed to be an original story or anything like that. So really what we know is that it's going to take place in Seattle, and that is the main center of the story, and the main hub is that it's taking place in Seattle, Washington, USA. And a lot of people have conflicting opinions about that. They think that that's just another form of like whitewashing, or they think that it's another means of taking something that was good the way it was and trying to make it more mainstream. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here for a second. There's nothing wrong with trying to appeal to a different audience. For fans like us, it makes sense that, you know, for an anime, it makes sense for us that everything is just supposed to be the way that it's supposed to be. But when a studio is adapting a property, it would make sense if they want to try and make it appeal to a larger audience. Now, what will make this completely okay is if it is an original story. If this is not the story of Light, if this is not the story of Ryuzaki, if this is all new characters and the only returning character is Ryuk, then that's fine. I'm all on board with a different story, because Death Note is not an exclusively Japanese story. There are a lot of things about it that commentate on the police force in Japan and the competency of the police force, etc., and things like that. But those are very real issues that are happening in America right now. So it would make sense for something like Death Note to be able to resonate with American audiences. But for some people, they can't look at something animated and automatically gravitate to it. They have to be put in a setting that resonates with them a little bit better. It's all a preference thing. That's really all that it is. And again, if this is an original story, then that's fine. Everything is going to work out just fine, because then it's not replacing Light, replacing L. As long as they're different characters with different personalities and things like that, I don't think it'll be an issue to have the story set in America, and I think it'll just be another way to get more people interested in the Death Note universe. Now, for the trailer itself, it was incredibly minimal. We're not really given a lot. It's just a typical trailer of, look at this thing. What is it? What does it do? Who knows? So we don't have a lot to go off of. It's definitely catered more to the people who either know about Death Note or the people that are curious about Death Note, because it was very fan servicey in a couple of parts. There's one particular scene where there's just an apple sitting on a table, and it's like, oh boy, it's an apple. But obviously fans of the series know apples, death gods love apples and things like that. So it was a very mixed trailer, because again, it's very minimalist, with just showing the main character getting the Death Note, and reading through it a little bit, and then just action scenes here and there about what's going to happen and what's going on in the series, but nothing very specific in terms of what that actually means or the context or anything like that. And then at the very end, there's a shot with the Shinigami and the eyes, and Ryuk just saying, "Shall we begin?" And I'm not gonna lie, it's really exciting. as a fan, it was really exciting to see, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out when it does come out. I thought that the direction looked really good in terms of how things were shot and how things were framed and all those little details that just made the trailer look really interesting and really, really good. So I want to be open-minded about it. My concerns, just based on the trailer, are the fact that the main actor reading his line sounded kind of wooden. You know, the literally one line that he had, and I know that's not fair, but just given from that, I don't really know what to expect in terms of how he's going to do or how he's going to perform or anything like that. So I'm very leery about the lead, and the lead is always the big thing. If you can't sell your lead, you just need to stop. You need to stop your whole series. But I'm gonna remain optimistic because earlier in the year I watched a series of unfortunate events when it came to Netflix, and that has 3 children actors, well, 2 children actors and a baby, but they were very engaging. They acted very well. It was an incredibly well done thing, and that's the nice thing about Netflix, is that they do well to work with properties that aren't necessarily well known and super popular and manage to make them very, very good. So I think that depending on who's all on the production team and the kind of care that's been put into this, I definitely think that it's something that could turn out to be phenomenal. And I think it's just important for us to try to stay open-minded about it, wait till it comes out, see what it's going to be like, and then make our judgments on it. Again, if this is going to be a completely original story, I'm all on board for all the changes, but if we're going to get a rehash of the story of Light, then there are going to be a lot of nuances that are lost from having a completely different person play Light than, you know, an overworked student living in Japan. There are going to be some things that are just lost in translation or lost in cultural, so I'd like to hope that this is going to be an original story and something new that we can roll with, but I guess we'll have to wait until the series movie comes out. It's marketed as a movie, so I think it's going to be a movie, but everything said that everything has said that it was originally going to be a series, so I guess we'll see. But it's going to release on Netflix on August 25th, so it is a little ways out. But it's exciting to have a trailer, and it's exciting to have something finished. So I look forward to seeing what the Death Note movie is going to bring to the franchise. So what did you guys think? Have you had a chance to see the trailer? Are you excited? Are you ambivalent? Are you terrified out of your mind for this? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let's generate some respectful discussion about this. And I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Thanks so much for tuning in, and remember to leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to us, click that little bell icon to get notified of when we update, and stay tuned to Anime America. Bye guys!